All right, checking our chickens here. What is up? What's up, Darth Rosie? Dragoon? Like where this is at. All right. Think I'm somewhat ready. I'm half dead anyways. Yes.
Yeah, so that took a turn of events. I was like, oh shit, another fucking expense.
Yeah, I mean that
But
happens.
they can put it on a payment plan and I could do like 2 payments or something.
Yeah, we can
Or
pay it
3
off.
payments or whatever.
It's no big deal.
So there's no interest on the medical bills.
No problem.
So I'm paying yours. Should pay off yours by February. I'm paying $9 a month.
That's
'Cause
like,
I'm paying mine too. I
uh,
have one more payment of 100 for mine, so I'm paying 189 for
well,
and then it'll just be yours,
yeah.
depending on how much your insurance, how much your insurance covers the estimate of what they're anticipating it'll cost us for the surgery.
Okay.
I bet you it's gonna cost us less.
I don't know.
We're pretty close to our deductible.
Sort of.
But I'm glad that's the estimate.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
But I gotta get that extraction done. We can't wait.
Oh, no, get it done.
Oh no, it's like, it's really, it's like on the, it's like already resting on his other tooth.
I get it. Yeah, just don't get the sucker out.
I think I'm gonna make engine tacos.
Yeah. This is like regular tacos, but you put beans in them though.
No, it's regular tacos, but instead of a tortilla, it's like a fluffy bread.
Yeah, they're not like big fluffy pitas.
Fried bread.
I don't want flatbread.
Huh?
I don't want flatbread.
Fried bread.
Fried flatbread.
Yeah, it's like fluffy and big. It's like ginormous. It's so good. You don't want them? You just want regular tacos?
Yes, please. Quiet work in the background, painting and such. I get you, paints. Yeah, I'm streaming. I'm waiting for you to spill out all your spilling out drama nonsense. What's up, everyone? My name is Brent. Welcome to Wicked Minis. How's everyone doing on this Tuesday? I'm like half dead by tomorrow. Half dead walking. Story of my life. What's your novel called? Half dead walking. Half dead everywhere I go. Okay. We're gonna be painting the red Gobbo. What's up, Turgeon? Oh my goodness. Everybody's just blowing me up. Oh, that's just school. I don't answer school calls. They call too late. Well, my boy's already home, so he's safe. Okay. Let's clean up a little bit off the palette here. Got a bunch of light liquidy paint. Soak all those up. All right. this is from the stupid paint booth. There's so much primer caked onto the paint booth now that it's almost just kind of due for a new paint booth. I think maybe we should stick this dude on something else. He's kinda tiny. And then the plinths are printing. I forgot all about them, so I printed them off this morning, and they still need many hours. Many hours. So I'm gonna start with this little Gobbo dude. Needs a red suit and easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright. What kind of reds do we want to start with? Start with a little Okay. You gonna start the base coats? There you go. There we go. Yeah, he is a little tiny little dude. Itty bitty. He's part of the itty bitty committee. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. No, this amped color black red is not nearly as dark as I want it. And everything's so like pink orientated, like magenta orientated. This is almost just like a blackened, a little bit black mixed into burgundy. Not technically a black red. Hey, Cal, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, he's a pretty cool looking little dude. This is all for that Grotmas Christmas craziness. So he kind of has the whole Santa Claus look to him. But Oh, what's going on, Space Nifty? It's always painful to hear that. Painful to hear what? That's fun. Oh my god, he's cute. That's almost painful to hear that. That's funny. Uh, again, well, the problem is like you said that, but then, yeah, that's funny though. Like it's almost painful because that's probably what all the cougars are saying to you when when you're going to those festivals. You gotta work with what you got. uh, um, yeah, when I was on the Warcom, again, can't believe they're reprinting the Rook and the Groot, the Kroot, the Rook and the Kroot, and then making it available for everybody to get. That was like an exclusive convention one. Like, doesn't make it very exclusive anymore. Was the smart man? Did you know what he said about those older women? Yeah, it was like on. Yeah, the Rook and the Kroot. I sat there and I'm like, that was a convention exclusive. And I made sure that everybody got me a whole bunch of those, because once I painted the Rook once, seemed like everybody really liked the Rook being painted, so I painted so I have a couple of them. But that was like convention exclusive, and then now they made it not convention exclusive. It's a good classic country song. For the talking about cougars. Yeah, I really like that one. That's the one that Biker Scout won. That one was a very pretty piece. Oh, about time I got this red on there. Still believe that it's like lighter than the burnt red though. So we'll do a little burnt red. Because to me, this doesn't look like that much of a black red. Yeah, because I got another rook that we're going to do for another giveaway, because I have one of those. A lot of Age of Sigmar stuff, like, I got to get through, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think it's like 7 or 8 boxes before we get in 40K stuff. It was kind of a weird year this year. Like, this year didn't have that many commemoratives. And whatever commemoratives they had, I couldn't get any. Like, I was only able to get like one. They were being very stingy this year. Play on Tuesdays? That Coliseum thing looks really cool too. Ah, you got the weather wasn't great. Oh, gotcha. Hey, you guys are getting storms and stuff. need to go up a little brighter. We're going to go in some bold pyro red. What's up, antifreeze? They did another that KOTC is that the Coliseum game. The terrain is pre-painted, but it took 2 bottles of Loctite to put it together. Oh wow! It was threatening snow. People don't know how to drive in it. Oh yeah. Rather be safe. Oh, absolutely. Antifreeze, what's up? What is up? I need to change up my brush. What am I doing? Yeah! That's not what I want. A little better. I have no idea what that even is, antifreeze. I have no idea what that is. Is that actually one of the beverages that you can buy for that stuff? Is that a weed beverage? I have no idea what that even is. You won with Death Guard against Vaughn last night. Wanted to try it, but I played Orcs today against the Death Guard tonight. And how was that? Orange soda and ice cream float. Oh. Ah, okay. All right. I'm like a THC soda. Okay. I was sitting there. I was like, I have no idea what the heck that even is. Biologus, Putrefier, Malignant Plague Caster, and in a Rhino. Dark Chaos Spawn Unit, 1 Poxwalkers, and a Mower Drone. Nice. You won tonight? Nice. Server Detachment. We tried the THC, so you're not a fan? Like, it's yummy. It's yummy. I like how that goes too. It's yummy. Ice cream fan should hit hard. You're more of an edible girly. You play great 40K when you're high. You play 40K better when you're towely. Find Curse City cheap with the new Warhammer Quest out, but even finding one for sale is a... Oh, wow. That's a bummer, Dragoon. It is a really cool box. It's a shame you didn't grab one. Maybe one will come around. Not hyper-focused. It's just a short drive. Yeah. This is an 8 hours. It's good. So apparently Canada has a hard cider that they don't sell here in the States. I can see that. Yeah, and Dragoon, and what is their retail cost? Is it like the nowadays retail cost for a box of that, or is it like the $200 what it was way back when? I'm not even sure if it was even $200 back then. I almost wanted to say that box was even cheaper. See, 240 loonies. See, like, I just don't think the Cursed City box was that price back in the day. So, that's that. That's that lovely freaking hobby store jack up prices. Because that was in like 2021 when that came out. I want to review. It was $200. Okay. For $200, the set comes with 50 miniatures. Okay, so it was a $200 box. Okay. Oh, they're out of stock there. Yeah, 41 hours from you? Yeah, well, that's flying across the country and then into another country across the country. Can't get in the States for the Hard Dick Insider. Yeah, lighter green skin sounds great for the Gobbo. I agree with that one. We haven't really set up a good painting spot in the house yet. That'll be rectified at some point soon, of course. And then retail Christmas is over. When retail Christmas is over, it's true. But it's funny. That was funny. Retail Christmas. Oh, I am like flat out dead, guys. You like this one? I can rock blue pretty good. It's a nice sweater. It's nice and soft too. Since it's like cold with no weather here. There's a frozen desert. Can't wait till retail Christmas is over. It just started though. It just started. I mean, it was just Black Friday, so it just started. I believe so, yes. Yeah, these are nice sweaters. I like these ones. They're like so relatively thick. They're soft. I like these ones. Didn't you just get another game from me? Yeah, that's fine. Hey, you need to go take a shower. You don't like the Rosemary and Company brushes? They're just okay, huh? Yeah, I never got a chance to test any of their brushes. Man, are you sable or synthetics on them? Dude, got some red for days. We'll emphasize on them a little bit more a little down the road. Right now is to make all the fluffiness. Man, oh man, oh man. How do I want to do those? We'll do these. This is something a little different than my normal brown to white, off-white. The sables, okay. I think that's like the big thing about that Rosemary and Company brushes. They just got like a bazillion series of things. I think that's probably what makes most things complicated for me. Because I honestly don't know which one is like good or bad or whatever. I bet they all have their certain functions. So I'm going to be using a dark warm flush, which is kind of weird. And then we're going to do a warm flush, because I haven't used these paints in some time. What the hell do I do with these things? There we go. Yeah, you can't get Klinsky sables in the US anymore. What's up, Retheus? Some heresy, always. Always. It feels like I'm always doing heresy stuff. But I did do all my nights though. What are these red dots that you are speaking of? Red dots. Well, they ain't knights in white satin. That's funny. You needed more of a point? Okay, so they're synthetic ones. Gotcha. Because these ones that I have from Foxbite are supposedly Klinsky Sable, so I'm going to take them as they are. Want to try the red sables? Yeah, they're like handmade ones, yeah, for the Windsor Newtons. Depends on how much of them are handmade. And then like technically like what's classified as like handmade? I'm pretty sure they probably are. Yeah, if you got the wolf hair one, that's from shoot, what the heck was that plate? What was that company called? That's Chronicles. Yeah, that's Chronicle Company. That's where they have like all these kind of weird exotic hair ones. That's the Australian company. They're really cool people when I met them at the con. I'm not too big of a fan of their brushes though, so that's the reason why I didn't really pursue further with any kind of sponsors, because I didn't really particularly care for the brushes. I think the only thing I didn't care, the thing I didn't care about is that they're a thicker brush. They're a denser brush, and so they do hold like a load more paint. But because they hold such a load paint, it'll open the tip bristles apart, because it just there's just so many bristles that are in it. It feels like. And I really couldn't get behind it. So they have some really good brush soap though. I do like their brush soap. All right, so yeah, like paints them with like a wash brush. I can see that, because they can just kind of hold quite a bit of materials. Good beater brushes, base coat, and move on. Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I didn't like fully go and fully contact them, because they were like really down for sponsorship years ago when I talked to them. But that was the same thing with Bisterium also. And I actually reached out to Bisterium, but that was years ago. And nada. There were some shenanigans recently with Chronicle. They did a synthetic run. Okay. Yeah, cause like they had like a sable, and then they had like a wolf, and then a tiger. which I figured that they couldn't do like literally tiger hairs, so maybe that's the synthetic one? But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, but I've been out of touch with them for a good couple years or so, so I have no idea what's going on with them. But I still deal with like Foxbite and Pro Krill and like Monty Mojaves and I think like a few of these things I may just like drop in general, like Spellcrow. I don't think I do much with Spellcrow anymore. Still like Baron of Dice and all their awesome dice that they have. Artle W comes out and reaches out every once in a blue moon, but then I get tired of doing proxy models. Love Fenris Workshop, he's been great. Liber Demonica is probably another one. I probably should start dropping a lot of these things. Goblin Hut's been excellent. Get rid of that one too. This one here. Like, you got mine from Conical and was like, cool, I'm good. Yeah. I buy Michael's Artist Law Vienna for metallics, as I don't want to ruin my Rosemary Companies with metallics. Oh, okay. Yeah, I beat all my brushes up. A brush better be able to handle it all. I just freaking beat them all up. I never really have too much problems with metallics, to be honest. Like, maybe it's just me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just destroying the brushes and not realizing it. I know the things that do beat up brushes really good is a lot of my a lot of my technical stuff. Like GW Technicals beat up brushes really bad. The Goblin Hut with the Dirty Down products, they'll beat up your brushes pretty good. Micro Set, Micro Saw can beat up your brushes pretty good too. I feel like my inks probably beat up my brushes more than anything because those things just suck up like all the way up into the ferrules so fast. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. There's like no way you can get them out of the ferrules. Like Liquitex inks, just because they're so thin, it just goes whoosh, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as you touch it, just like it just absorbs like all the way up in those ferrules. And I think maybe those beat up my brushes pretty good. They start opening them up. I could feel like, yeah, like a contrast paint, probably more like a technical paint. Yeah, I could probably see that. And speed paints, see, like I've never done any like speed paints or contrast paints. So that's probably why my brushes probably last so long. Hey, your inks haven't beaten you up too bad? Yeah, because I'm like, oh, like over time. But then also I don't do like thorough cleanings either. Like a lot of people like clean their brushes after each session. I do not do that. I am terrible at that. Because I have late night streams, so once I'm done, like I'm done. I'll worry about everything another day. Because eventually they turn into like that. Like destroyed brushes. They're like, there ain't nothing you gonna do to fix these bad boys. But that's my stirring brush anyways. It's meant to be a beat up brush. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Actually, I'm gonna take a G-dub brush. I'm gonna see if I can dry brush here, but we might not be able to. It is very small, so. I might make a bigger mess than achieving anything. There's just too much ruffleness in this. Can't remember last time you painted just to have fun. It's been some time because you've been sitting there so busy trying to get army lists done to play at tournaments. It's nice having a little break. Oh, thank you. Oh, dang, man. Monster tacos.
You think so?
They'll be fine.
They're usually bigger than that.
Okay.
They're just
Thank
so
you.
fluffy.
Thank you, bub. I'm starving, so I can't wait to eat.
Okay, I'll make you some more.
No.
I'll make you 12 more tacos.
Yeah, Dirty Down is very rough on brushes. Like, you use Dirty Down, those things are instant destroyed brushes, like instant. I've been told that they don't, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Like, my brushes are just destroyed. There's nothing you can do. You use cheap old, Hobby Lobby brushes and stuff like that's what you need to use. The glory of display. crap. I bet the Dirty Down guys made a fortune. I think they did pretty well. I gotta say they gotta have been doing pretty well. I mean, they did sell quite a bit of those bottles. Just depends on how much those things are. It's like either the Dirty Down did pretty well. I think the Villainy Inks probably did really well. I've always wanted to get the, like, Antifreeze has them, and I'm like, I really wish I get some. Those are like, because the problem I'm having is that I'm like starting to run, like I am using up as much as the Mr. Hobby stuff, and there is no Mr. Hobby stuff like here in the States, like at all. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know exactly if I can get them from Canada. Will they ship them here? How much will it cost? Kind of thing like that. There's shippings and stuff like that. And then try to get the, like, it's so hard for me to get Mr. Hobby. Like, Mr. Hobby stuff is like something that's, I don't know. It could be from the tariffs. I don't know if it's just that or the popularity of them or something that's just not coming to the States anymore. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know why, because it seems like I was having problems getting Mr. Hobby stuff way before tariffs even was a thing. It was getting pretty difficult here to get them. Like, they were just like vanishing. Like, there was like a few companies that had them. Like the Gundam store, like the the U.S. Gundam store had just loads of them, and then now the U.S. Gundam store has been completely sold out and has never had any restock in like a couple years now. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like, I want to say it's before tariffs, but that we were just having like issues. I don't know what the hell the problem is. I don't know why we're not able to get them. But yeah, it's been a little rough on those. So I wanted to try the Villainy inks because I can get the Villainy inks right away. Actually, I gotta say, probably the people that made the most money is probably the Trench Crusade guys. I gotta say, like, that was a huge Kickstarter just for STL files. Now, I guess maybe on the Kickstarter you can get the actual figures themselves. But boy, I think they did a pretty good killing there. They're great looking models too. No, so I don't know about Mr. Hobby. I don't know what that's going on. So Mr. Hobby's an unknown. I don't know. Winter shipping policy now in effect. Please remember to upgrade your shipping and add heat packs to all water-based paints. That is hilarious. No, I don't think so. They're not water-based. Mr. Hobby. It looks like you guys are having the same. It looks like you guys are having the same problems too. I mean, you guys are sold out of everything. The Surface 1000s are gone. All your Surface primers are all gone. The multi-black. But yeah, you guys are in low stock too. Oh, hold on. I might be able to have more. Okay. You guys don't have the solvent? Oh. Yeah. That's crazy. Like all your surface primers all gone on this thing too. That was the other one I wanted to try out. I would have to paint that crap outside. Well, it looks like it's not just here in the States. It looks like everybody's getting kind of affected. So there must be something happening at the Mr. Hobby place in Japan. it's either that or it could be something that we're not aware of. While they might like here in the States and other places and stuff, there might be a chemical that's in it that is banned here, but it's not banned there. Or maybe they finally discovered it, or whatever the case is. And then maybe none of the product goods can actually come here anymore because of those. That's like one theory. There's like one theory of mine that's like that. Because I find it so odd that we're not able to get anything. And this has been an issue before tariffs or anything about getting stuff shipped to us. Or there's something going on with Mr. Hobby, their supplier, something. It's not like we get blasted with a bunch of, hobby news about hobby companies. Like the only one that I've known any kind of news about is, what is it, Vallejo? That's like the only one that like I know anything about anything. And like the workers are doing something with like the boycotting of, the Vallejo paints or whatnot. So, like that's like the only thing I who knows what it's like over there in like Japan or whatnot. Maybe there's like a long going strike or the place caught on fire or whatever. Kind of like what's the anime place that's over there in Japan that burned to the ground? Was it like Kodansha that burned to the ground? Someone caught the animation place on fire. I want to say it was like Kodansha or something else that had a K in it. Konomi? Something? Maybe it's not Konomi. I want to say it's Kodansha. But like somebody burnt that thing to the ground. That's why you don't see very much like animations done by them anymore. You're like, what happened? Oh, it burnt to the ground. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I'm trying to figure out some other way of doing washes, and I was watching like 46 and 2, and he was like using those villainy inks, and I was kind of like, oh, I think that's probably the next best thing for me to go towards, is to start phasing out Mr. Hobby and then going into those to do, big army sets. Not necessarily like display standard pieces, but the newish stuff from Pro Acryl. Sort of, but that requires more so than what they have. So that newish is like another medium, I want to say, wasn't it? I thought that was like another medium that you would actually add stuff to it to give you the wash. But then the big one that I have is that it's another acrylic wash. And I'm kind of trying to divert myself away from acrylic. There's nothing wrong with acrylic washes. They're just not my jam because I don't really need that much coffee staining that's going on. That's the Glay wash. So where's that? Oh. Yeah, that's the weathering medium, and I believe that you take this medium and then you add whatever colors. Weather and effect models without nasty toxic solvents. Newish mixes with any of our pro acrylic paints to create the color you like. Yeah, so you would have to take the color that you want. The color that you want, and then you'll mix it in with this. And then you'll get but it's a massive wash, so you're really doing a massive tone down. So to give you that crazy weathering, so you're doing a massive coffee stain over it. This is another thing that I was thinking about, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to go that direction and go back into an actual an acrylic based wash. There are pre-orders and now from Chimera. I'm pondering picking up a setup. Dracoya is going to get Vault. There are pre-orders now from Chimera. More Chimera stuff. I don't have any Chimera paint, so I don't know how that is. I know they're like single pigmented, highly pigmented paints. I think I'll try to use these up. So we're gonna do some olive flesh. Oh, the velvet ink sets. Gotcha. The one thing, if I use a lot of inks, I very seldomly use inks. Like I'll use them for like pre-highlights. I'll make like my custom blacks and mixes while I'm shooting miniatures. But yeah, I'm good. Like the Liquitex inks line that I have, it'll take me 100 years just to get through all those inks. I pre-highlight with the white, and I've had that thing for like 4 years. Like it'll take me forever to get through all those inks. And then let alone that, I got this voucher or something like that from AK Interactive, so I got those intensity inks from AK. So I got so many inks, I'm like, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to finish anything that I got. But I think probably the fastest way to probably smoke through an army is probably doing it with those inks. I was gonna test one out, like get like 10, like a paint 10, like how I normally paint them, like 10 with just the inks themselves, and then 10 with, I don't know, maybe I should do like a 10-10-10 deal and just like see how long it takes to paint like that many. But it seems like those inks are probably the way to go to do like mass amounts of miniatures. Like for that base coat, mid-tone highlights, like you can literally like knock all those out in like one shot. They're a mix of an ink and paint, so I really like them. Go back and forth on them a lot. Be good for helping establishing dark shadow lines. Make some home brews in a bit. Make some browns in a bit. But back and forth, gotcha. Yeah. I just gotta be careful with like paint sets, because now it's like I got another paint set coming my way. Like I literally dished out like all my too thin coats. I only have like a handful of them left now. Got rid of those. My scale 75, so I'm just down to like my non-metallic metal silvers and golds. Colors, and then I'm almost done with I'm pretty much done with all the silvers with scale 75. I'm going through the true metallic metal golds. I'm trying to get through all those. P3s, same thing, just trying to get through all the metallics that I have with them. Mostly stuck with Pro Acryl. I was gonna make like my second choice of paints would probably be like AK Interactive would be my like second up, because they got a plethora of different mixes that actually works really well. But then again, I was listening to 46 and 2 also when he did that Kickstarter for Cult of Paints, and they're coming out with that paint line, and I was like, you know what, I'll give this one a shot, and then this will be like the last Kickstarter for paint sets I'll do. I won't do any more Kickstarters. I hope to God I don't have to do any more Kickstarters, because I was thinking of just getting like the individual sets of like AK Interactive, be like leather and then wood and then, you know, the greens, the blues, the reds. You just buy them in like small sets and at a time, and then eventually I'll just have like all the paints, and then kind of go that way. But again, I just don't know what to do with all this paint. Like I still got like when I was like collecting paint for some reason, I got all those molten, what the hell are these things called? The Dark Star, the molten metals. Still haven't used a single one of these things. Hope they don't go bad. I've had them forever. Still got like a small amount of secret weapons for all my rust and kind of technicals. I love those, but I just don't use them very often. Yeah, and then now like everybody has like a paint line now, and it makes things tough now. It's just like, what do we do? Because everybody has a paint line. So I know for like sure, like Monument Hobbies had really started out real decent freaking paint line. So that's why I kind of have a whole bunch of them. Originally had Army Painter for years, and then I cycled out of them. And then now they changed their paint formula, so I guess they're relatively good. I have, what is that, 3? I have like 6 of their red paint lines, because I was going to go back to World Eaters again. And I painted all my World Eaters with Army Painter, so I'm going to have to go to the triad of Army Painter to see if I can somewhat match those colors again, to get some of the World Eaters back up and going. But then again, I don't really need any more paint lines if I can try to avoid them as much as I can. Try to make do with what I got. Yeah, and then like Chimera was another one too. That was like Kickstarter, and I didn't do it. I was sitting there, I was like, I was going to, and they're like big bottles of paint. Like I think they come in like pretty large bottles, single pigments, so you can do a lot of mixing. And then that's another thing that gets you too. Like you guys spend all this time mixing paints to get what you want. Now a lot of artists are doing that, and I get it, because if you're doing like singles for like display pieces, or if you're going competition pieces, I can see why investing into singular pigmented paints and mix as you go. But at the time that Chimera came out and they were pushing that factor there, because like Pro Acryl already do so many freaking mixes on them. Yeah, they're like 30 milliliter bottles. Yeah, they're like big bottles of paint for Chimera. And at the time, I'm already doing like so many mixes with Pro Acryl paints that I kind of got the the feeling that I didn't want to have any more paints that I have to do huge mixes with. So that's the reason why I didn't do the Kickstarter for Chimera back in the day. Because I already do enough mixing as it is with Pro Acryl to get colors that I want. And then now I'm like more into like, I like pre-mixed paints. So that's why like AK Interactive started like, you know, rubbing off on me a little bit more, because you got like, you know, like 15 different greens. So I can do like, you know, a triad of those colors to make like a full 2,000 point army, and they're already pre-mixed, so I don't have to worry about, you know, having the mix ratios proper for Pro Acryl or anything like that. And then with Pro Acryl, now I've been painting them, just trying to keep the colors relatively the same without too much mixing, so I can match them a little bit better. Like years prior, I was mixing so many different Pro Acryl paints, I can't tell you how I got certain colors anymore, because I can't remember, and then my dumb self never wrote them down. So I was trying to write them down for new recipes of what I was doing, but there's a lot of them that are lost because I don't know what I was mixing at the time. So that sucks too. So that's another one, is if you're gonna do mixing recipes, you gotta make sure you write those suckers down, because I can't tell you how I painted a lot of those miniatures like 3-4 years ago, 2 years ago. I couldn't tell you because I don't know what I put in them. So that's a tough one. So that's why I was thinking that maybe more of an AK Interactive going my way for building, like doing big mass amounts of armies. Pro Acryl is great because I love the 22 milliliters, and I bet Chimera would be awesome having like 30 milliliter bottles, but I just didn't want to do any like mixes to get certain kind of paints for like mass armies. Like I say, doing that for like singular miniatures, competition pieces, stuff like that, because then you're only making just that one, and so you have that mixture of whatever you want for that, just that one miniature going in for that competition. I can see doing singles, single high pigments, but majority of the time I don't do like full competitions all the time. I do big massive 2,000 4,000 points of freaking miniatures, which goes up to like 100 to 200 miniatures and stuff like that. So it's those kind of things. See, like the artist sets are pre-mixed colors, and they are mixed from the single pots. So yeah, I think things have changed now, so I don't know. So just another thing. But I got these, I kickstarted that Cult of Paint one. So I did that Kickstarter. And we'll see. Just because Andy Wardle, I'm a fan of his art. And then if he's utilizing quite a bit of those paint line that he was using, I'll back that. And that's about the reason why. Yeah, if you're gonna army paint those, yeah, like I started noticing that down the road, but that was like years ago when Chimera came out, and it was a Kickstarter, and I remember that Kickstarter, and they're like, oh, single pigmented paints, and that's when I was just like, I need to have all these paints. And then I started like doing a real fast like realization, and they're like, at the time I wasn't doing commission like competition pieces. So I was sitting there, I was like, I don't know if I really actually need that, because I got to get like massive armies done. That's what my main goal was when I first started doing these streams. I was painting just big, huge armies. And assembly line works and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously those don't really matter anymore. Everybody wants to see who's doing competition pieces. So things changed over the years. So that's why we're working on these giveaway pieces for the end of the month, and then I'm gonna try to work up my competition standards again. Try to get back into it again. Maybe actually this time and stop spending money on buying miniatures now, since kind of GW hurting my feelings now of making things too expensive. Now I'm just like, I'll just work with what I have. Sell the things that I don't want. Be kind of specific, have my certain armies that I want to play with. Keep those. And then maybe go more into the competition end of things. These treats and sleep for yourself? Absolutely. I appreciate you coming and hanging out, Paints. You have a good one. You take care. I don't think that looks too bad. I like that. Oh, I'm so freaking dead today. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Holy. Like, I'm trying. My spunkiness today is not doing too well. Yeah, well, let alone that, it was just like, these have been like long days. Like, I've been like coming home like an hour to 30 minutes before I had to stream. So like, I've been having like long days. And it's a lot of walking. Like, I literally walk like anywhere between 3 to 5 miles. And it's been a lot this recently because these are like really big jobs I've been doing. Spraying like 7 acres 4 acres, 2.5 acres. It's a lot of heel toe express on a bunch of crappy terrain. It's not like it's flat ground. It's like just crappy. Jaggedy rocks, hill slopes, all those things. So it's like 3 to 5 miles of that kind of crap. It's almost like hiking almost. So I've been just flat out just dead. Is there a reveal going on this week? They're doing another reveal? I didn't even hear that they were doing reveals. Yeah, and that's probably been my biggest kicker is just all that terrain and how many acres we've been doing. It's just been like, ooh, it's just been brutal. So I've just been extremely tired of late. But it's all good. I can't complain too much because I'm going to have so much time off. So it'll be the most time off I've like ever had, like not working. Like I've always worked. And then it depends on what you classify as work too, because if I'm going to be sitting here painting miniatures for sale, then that's still going to be classified as work, but it'll be kind of fun work, not, depressing work. Shit, I should have used this brush a while ago. This is done exactly what I want. This is much better. It's just a video game reveal? The weird thing about like 40K Total War, like I can see like Warhammer Total War because they can kind of rank flank the system, but there's no real rank flank system in 40K. Maybe that's probably why it's taken so long for them to actually come out with one, because I think they might have to probably make it slightly different. But I'm not 100% sure like how you would do that. Because normally when you're in like Total War, like you have like just bricks of like, archers and shooters, and then like they run into combat and they're fighting with each other with swords and whatnot, and then you have like character units that are going up, and they have like buff bubbles, I think, and then they have like their own specialty weapons that they're fighting with, which you can kind of get like that, but they're still kind of like ranking and flanking kind of things, like they're all like ranked and like rank and file. But like 40K is not really like a ranking and flanking kind of game. It's I'm curious to see how that's gonna go, because like you have like 3 aggressors, like 3 suppressors, like you have like 5-man to 10-man groups of intercessors, and pretty much mostly all your like infantry guys, right? And then they're all like shooting most of the time, and then like the conflict battles with each other are mostly more minimum. Yeah, it's gonna be. It'll be interesting though. I'd like to see like what they'll actually provide, and see if it would actually be intriguing enough to do so. I think it would have been cool if they did it like 40K more like StarCraft. But then that's like Dawn of War. So like Dawn of War game makes sense. You know? Because like Dawn of War is like StarCraft. So making a Total War just kind of it'd just be interesting. I'm just curious to see how they're actually going to be able to do that. Maybe it'll be like Total War, but it'll be like smaller. Or maybe they'll do it on like an epic scale. Now I was thinking about it. Now if you do like a 40K like epic scale, I could probably see like a Total War going that direction. So like you'll have like, like big old groups of like Terminators on like, of units, kind of like how you do it on epic scale. So instead of them being like individual, they're kind of like more honed in together a little bit better. Still be interesting to see. Yeah, like I think that maybe like an epic scale style, because that's like how Total War is. Like Total War, Warhammer Total War is like an epic scale of like Age of Sigmar. Like they're like a multitude of a whole bunch of units, so I could probably see that. Like you'll have like a unit of like, like units of rhinos or something like that. Yeah, the Shoguns and Rome. Yeah, Rome was good. I like Rome. And then Shogun. I don't think I played Shogun. But then also, I don't play a whole lot of games to begin with, but oh, that's an ear. That's not what I was after. I want this. That's better. Putting some gold on the on the rates. Nice. Getting them painting up.
Okay.
Yeah. You're doing the white fur also on the Gobbo? Nice. I felt like I was just like taking a million years. Like I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. 200 years later. All right, guys, I think I got the coat done. Perfect. It's a really like deep texture. Like it's like really deep. It's like almost kind of like painting a real dense Brillo brush or like a Brillo pad. It's really like thick. Okay. I think I might use the AK green. So otherwise I'll be using like yellow green. I think I might use these ones. So I'm gonna be using dark green first. I think. Really not sure if that's his belly or not. I can't tell. Is he wearing glasses? I don't know. The other rumor is something big for Ultramarines is coming because of the big ad with all the actors. When was this? What was the big ad with all the actors? Was it on Warcom? Oh, it's on Insta. Yeah, please. So I was sitting there, I'm like, I didn't see that one. What's up, Chaotic? How you doing? Oh, okay. I think that was on here somewhere. I swore I saw that once upon a time.
Live from the site of the Ultramarines protests here at Warhammer World. We've just heard that in the last few minutes, the Warhammer studio released a statement effectively capitulating to the demands of the protesters. We have that footage for you now.
Our passionate fans have brought to light a terrible injustice, and we're going to put it right. Effective immediately, every release will be an Ultramarines release. Mark,
That's funny. It'll be an Ultramarine release. That's funny. But didn't they have a... What, that they'll sit there and drop like Ultramarines as the like, I don't know. Yeah, like every other release was already an Ultramarine. That's what I was saying. Like now they make Titus into a captain, and We're getting all these other characters, character units for Ultramarines. I don't think like Bobby G even looks that bad. They get a new miniature, but maybe. Shoot, anything's possible with G-dubs. I'm like, I thought, it's like, I already thought they gave us enough Ultramarines. It'd be nice to give us, like, less of. A great year of chaos. Well, it's like every new edition has Ultra Bros. Gave us all those other Ultra Bro figures that you can do. The new Marnius Calgar, the Vitrix Honor Guard, some other captain or whatever that has released another captain of the 6th or whatever his name is. They released him. And then you gotta say, it's like already November, so you're already 6-7 months away from the new edition. But you already know the new edition's gonna have Ultra Bros. I wonder if these things should be red. Probably a good idea. They're part of the jacket itself. Yeah, Chaos got love in certain areas. Alright, just the Emperor's Children. But that was a pretty soft release. There wasn't that many miniatures of them. Not very many units. rest of his ear. Struggling with this a little bit. I didn't wash the coat at all. That was just 3 colors. That was just the black, black red, burnt red, and bold pyro red. I didn't wash it at all. Well, it kind of came out looking pretty good without it. Alright, fix something real quick. That's what I thought. Okay. Sat there, I'm like, what the heck? Something weird about when I'm multi-stream. No idea what just happened here. Click one and then I'm in somebody's stuff. It won't change the name of this thing on my YouTube when I'm starting a new stream for some reason. It was, and then now it's not doing it no more. I don't know why. Like, I have to physically change it when I go live, and I always forget. Oh. A little olive green. Got picks in the whips. Picks in the whips. Look good. They look good. I like them. Faces in on the top on the tops too. They look good. I like it. Yeah, it looks much better with that. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like that look a lot more. Good stuff, good stuff. Nice the Canoptic Court. The Power Matrix detachment. Yeah, it looked like she was doing a pretty good job with them. Now I finally got like all the knights, they're all varnish coated and everything else, and now I'm like, yay, now I get to maybe play a game with them would be nice. At least maybe get like one game of 10th edition in. Like one game of 10th edition. Took 4 years to finish the army, but you know. TTS, I was almost thinking of getting back on the tabletop simulator just to get the army and stuff. I might have to do a couple little reviews again because I was playing TTS with Talon back then. Talon and Stomp, I was playing tabletop simulator. I just got to get my army all there. I know the majority of everything that works for a tabletop simulator. I wouldn't mind that. At least get a game in of some kind. A little crash course of 10th edition. Or just have it with it's all loaded. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I just need to kind of do a little review on my things to make sure I got everything correct, and should be relatively easy. Like the knights should be, you know, just movement, shooting, and start hitting people. It should be all right. And actually, tabletop simulator, Like Tabletop Simulator is like the only one that does me favors the dice rolls. Because in person, it ain't like that in real life. Grand Dragoons, well, the Chaos Knights, they got a bit going for them. I don't think there's that much going on for the regular Knights, to be honest. Imperial Knights seem like they're pretty basic. Yeah, like towering models and such, yeah. Well, they got a nerf on the toughness. They're that bad? Oh, their toughness 11s, huh? Did they change them? Did they change them again? Or is that just what the current one is? The 11 and the 9. Bigs are 11. Smalls are 9. And then the big ones are 12s. Like the Castellan and the Valorant are 12s. Oh, that's what they were changed to. Like 8 and 10, respectfully. Oh, look at that. Sarah Elizabeth working on her. On the Gorkanaut. Oh, you asked for Gorka for Christmas? That's nice. That's nice. Got the Gorkanaut. Oh yeah. They have so much stuff on them. That's the thing about those dang orcs, man. I tell ya. Like I tell ya. Those orcs, man. Orcs just have like a million everythings. Drives me nuts. That is freaking awesome. Not awesome, but awesome when they're done. Like even this grot has too much crap on them. Struggling. I'm struggling right now. I'm gassing like super hard. Golden olive. Trying to just like get like a 3-coat, 3 shades of greatness. Oh yeah, by far. By far they're more detailed than regular Space Bros. Space Bros are like as easy as they come. Orcs are ridiculous. They got too much. They just got too much stuff. All these broken scraps of stuff everywhere. I probably will call it early today, but right now I want to try to get at least this stuff not looking like no prime. If I can at least get all the prime off, get these things colored the way I want them, we'll be all right. Because I am like, it's getting to me pretty quick. I'm trying. Hardly slept. Expect the same tonight. Testify tomorrow. Been having to read all kinds of documents just to bring the memories back. Oh, God, yeah, I forgot you got that thing lingering on you. What a pain in the ass. Sorry, but at least it's just for like tomorrow, right? That's when it's happening. Testify, yeah, you testify tomorrow. Yeah. And then once it is, it's done. Hopefully you don't have to deal with that crap anymore. There's always that one pain in the ass that wants to make things tough. Like certain things don't need to be remembered anymore. This is why it's called the past. And somebody always wants to dredge the bottom of that canal. There's always someone. Yeah, you'll sleep good after it's all done. Hopefully it, well, so long as it fares the way that you want it to fare, and then if it fares good, then it's just like a huge relief, but then if it doesn't fare good, then it's just more worrisome nonsense that could. The old soldier of mine made, yeah. So it's just like, yeah, it was dredging up trash. You're like, oh my gosh, we gotta do this crap again. Yeah. Hopefully it just goes and it goes the direction you want, where you're just like, oh, what a relief, just get this thing over with. And moved on, just made accusation complaints one after another, blaming everyone else. Ah, yep. Yep. Use a little bit of this deep brown. Will be next. Ah, okay. Oh, God. Like, he's the reason I retired. Otherwise, I would have had another 10 in me. He took the next 10 years out of me right there. You get them. You get them. They're everywhere. They come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. I think like if you watch or if you read the John Constantine comic books, it's just like that, you know? That's what he does. He goes around and bandages crap like that. No, they come in all shapes and sizes, man. Be in the military, friends, family. I think family's worse. At least you're able to like retire to get away from it. But you know, things like that, like people like that, addicts. Can't tell you. That's like my life. Except for no one could like really sue me for anything, I don't think. Well, everybody can sue anybody for anything, but you know, those kind of people. It's everybody else's fault but their own. That kind of stuff. What sucks is that you're retiring to get away from it and it's still freaking bothering you. You're like, damn, I just did my other 10 years or whatever. Wow, yeah, that's even rougher there. That dude's still coming and plaguing you. I think I might actually keep those black. And maybe these pouches would actually look better if they are leather. So let's go back and do these things again. That's already looking better. No, we're definitely gonna, I'm gonna leather out his boots too. Let's do that too. I was gonna keep them black, kind of like how a Santa thing would go, but I'm like, I'll just brown them up. We'll go around, we'll make the soles of them black. But the whole boot will be brown. That was ochre. Where's mine? Oh, there it is. I didn't really need ochre. Whoa. Need a little light earth. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, after the surgery, I'll have a lot of time on my hands. Well, we'll see about that. I still have these canvases that I gotta get done. Like painting on canvas. They're like a commission canvas. No time window on it, but yeah, so I got a bunch of things to start practicing again. It's been many years. And then I need to start sitting and start working on those. So yeah, so I got a lot of these little like canvas boards and what have you, and so I can start practicing on those. See if I can get some of my techniques back on the canvas paint jobs. I'm painting on canvas again. And then once I'm comfortable enough, then I'm gonna have to make a relative canvas size, not one that I'm gonna buy, but like one I'll actually custom frame one of a custom size, because it'll be relatively larger. We're gonna see if I can get away with like a 36-inch by 24. We'll see if I can get away with that. I'm gonna try that first. Seems like that should be fine. And then after that, I'll make them larger. Oh shoot, I missed a spot. See, I don't think I have it in me to do the non-metallic metals on this thing. It's very small amounts of them. Just like a buckle and a star on the hat and the bullets, the pistol, certain stuff like that. Coal black. For a Christmas mini? Yeah, these are the little giveaway things, so just trying to get my practice reps in so I can start blueprinting things up about what I want to do for competition pieces. Hopefully I can sit here and get out of some immediate debt would be nice. Doesn't help that I'm creating more, going in operations and shit, but gotta get myself relatively taken care of. Now I'm gonna try to avoid buying too much crap next year. I've already stopped because I already prevented myself from buying Christmas boxes, which that's a big step in my addiction to plastic miniatures. So that's already saved me quite a good amount of coin. Now if I could just prevent myself from buying any more stuff, it'd be good. Oops. Me too. Man, it's kind of good that they weren't, because I didn't have to waste any money. Like I honestly didn't have to spend like any money on any of it. I didn't really think that any of them were worth it. Now, they would have been more worth it if they were like $50 cheaper. If they got all those boxes for $200. Yeah, but Sarah Elizabeth, you're starting an Emperor's Children army. Like, that makes sense. Like, getting Fulgrim, getting the 2 units, like that makes sense if you're going to start an army. And doing that, most of the time, Battle Force boxes was always to like make an addition to the army you already previously have, you know. Yeah, so it was excellent for you to go pick that up. Like that's awesome because that's what you're trying to do is get an Emperor's Children army, and that's the best way to do it. Because I wouldn't say go buy them individually. That's terrible. Like the Battle Force box still saves you coin. It's just there's not as much coin as the previous boxes did, you know? And I feel like the boxes should have been, 200 instead of 250. Even if they were 220 like they were, I don't know, a year ago or so. When they're like 220 or 225, or I can see that, you know? It's like I literally had everything in the NIDS one. Yeah, exactly. Like everything, like the previous old boxes gave you enough to expand off of your things. Everything that they had now didn't really have any much that was like expanding anything. Probably like start collecting kind of deal, but not like an expansion of any kind of any of the Battle Force boxes. So no, your Emperor's Children one was good. I was just kind of bummed out on a whole bunch of them. I think maybe the Space Bro one would have been good if, you know, you didn't have like, if you didn't buy like 3, you know, 3 10th edition boxes. Like, that makes that Battle Force box like irrelevant. And then if you had the Combat Patrol magazines, like literally filled you with like the dreads. So if you had the Combat Patrol magazine and the 10th edition box set, like that covers your Battle Force box. Like I covered it. Yeah, like that's good savings. Like, yeah, especially when you're starting an army now. Like you're starting an army like right now, like a brand new one this coming year. You need those savings because buying them individually kind of sucks really bad. That was nice because you actually get the Primarch. Which I told everybody when Emperor's Children came out, like I called that one months and months ago. Months and months and months ago, I called that. I'm like, don't make the mistake I did. I think people were on here and they're like, oh, I'm going to get the Fulgrim. And I'm like, don't make the mistake I did. I did the same thing with getting Angron, and then the Battle Force box came out and it had Angron and like 8-bound or whatever it was. And I was so disappointed. I was like, really? Like you release the World Eaters and then you release a Battle Force box that has Angron in it. I'm like, I was really upset with GW. That was the biggest gotcha moment. I was sitting there, I'm like, what a gotcha right there. Like, gotcha, suckers. But I was hoping for some more, like the Battle Force boxes to expand on armies that I had. Like, I think if they had like more of the Death Riders for the DKOK, I would have picked up that box. But instead, they just had like not enough for me to go and pull a trigger on it because I already have like all of those things from the Army starting box because I had like 2 Army starting boxes for DKOK. I'm like, I don't think I need any more of those. If anything, maybe the infantry guys, maybe. But I was trying to avoid using too many infantry guys and use all horses. So it was like irrelevant there. The Space Bros, I hate when they have anything. Here's 5 Hellblasters. I'm like, well, like how am I supposed to get like an even amount of Hellblasters? Like, a cute little goblin, right? Yeah, this is the little Gobbo. These are the little Christmas Gobbos. They come out every year. They're always different every year. This one's from like 3 years or 4 years ago or however many years ago when I got this dude. I figured we probably should start doing this because I got a bunch of them. We're going to do these during the December dealio for Christmas. So these things are pretty neat. Just kind of filling in black, making sure that I'm not missing anything here. And then like nah, I don't think like the Tyranids play like good enough to even get the like the Battle Force box is like kind of cool, except for the fact of the Screamer and the the Hive Mind. No, the Hive Tyrant. No, the Nero Tyrant. They had the Nero Tyrant and the Screamer in that box, and they're like irrelevant. Like the Nero Tyrant is used in the Tyranid army, but like you would use those other ones, the Hero Specs and the other one that they have in that box. But putting the Screamer in there as well was just like, man, you could barely give away the Screamers. But then time will tell, you know. This here, you're looking at Plague Bearers today. Need 20 more and a few Plague Bearer champion. Yeah. More Nurgles. More Nurgling. More Nurgle love. You always need more Plague Bearers. I don't think you can have enough of them, to be honest. Can never have enough of them. All right. Did all that work and didn't do anything with these things. Heck is wrong with me? That's grief. I get this dude done and then I can get back over to the Night Haunts. Yeah, the Maggot Kin for Age of Sigmar, those are some freaking awesome models. They have been getting really good. It started out with like that Plague Horse dude, and I was like, what? They're getting real like, but that's the thing about Age of Sigmar though. Their models are significantly better. Like aesthetically, like they're just so much better. And I know like people are not like a fantasy fan, but you don't even have to really be a fantasy fan to know that like the miniatures are better. They're so cool looking. I still haven't got like when they do new miniatures for 40K, you look at them and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, they still have like that kind of cookie cutter look to them. They're all gingerbread men. And then you'll have like some character units of some things can be kind of cool. They did make like a great looking Satan for the Necrons. Like that one needed to be updated from the old one, but it's not necessarily new, but just updated. But it does look really nice. It does look really good. But it's still like when they come out with like a new Age of Sigmar models, you're just like, wow, these things are just absolutely stellar looking. Like that other one was like, the vampire lord on the dragon for the Soulblight Grave Lords. It's like the vampire lord on zombie dragon. I mean, that thing was just like, wow. It was just like such a nice looking piece. I'm like, gee whiz, looks so good. Even with like the Stormcast Eternals, like they came out with all the dragon dudes, and I thought like the dudes that are riding on the dragons, and then they came out with that one that looks like a chaplain on a dragon. It's just like, yeah, I'm like, you're making these things look awesome. And then 40K comes around and you're just like, you know, it's kind of mediocre at best, you know. Yeah, like Fantasy was, yes. And then like Age of Sigmar came out later, and then they just re-updated all the stuff from the Warhammer Fantasy things. Like I get it, but then on top of it too, it's just aesthetically they made them look so nice on the fantasy end. Like they just look so good. I mean, just look at the like that Warhammer Quest box, and even just the miniatures in there with the Magakin in there. I'm like, man, these things look so good. And then they released all those other ones that Magakin were gonna be in, and I was like, dude, these things look awesome. Yeah, the Nightbringer, yeah. You like the tree army, like the Sylvaneth? The Sylvaneth army with all the druids, the tree peoples. No, like, I mean, even when I'm like Age of Sigmar, because I have like all three. I have like the Slaves of Darkness. So like Slaves of Darkness is huge. I have that in Warhammer Fantasy 2, or Old World if you prefer. Like I still have all my old miniatures. One of these days we'll work on those guys too and start doing, like, I got things that are older than what they were releasing. Like they're the Chaos Warriors for Old World. They still have like the little double fist pegged arms. I have like the weird looking, like they're like hunched over looking warriors. Like they're like the old ones. So when we get into doing Old World, which would be kind of cool to get Old World and get my old fantasy models up and going again, it'd be really neat. Oh, the Chaos Dwarves, yeah, because the Chaos Dwarves for Age of Sigmar just got released, and those are cool. Let's see here. I had some Sylvaneth, and I'll probably be acquiring some Sylvaneth from... I do have Sylvaneth, because I have them from the old Stormbringer magazine. I think they gave me a bunch of Sylvaneth models. But they're still in the magazines. I never even opened up the Stormbringer magazines. Not too hard to paint yet. Well, I think you can probably bounce through them pretty good, especially when you're doing like contrast paints or anything like that. And then just dry brushing them, you can pretty much get them up to where you want them. But like the tree people are like a dry brush friendly miniatures, because they just have all those wood branches sticking all over, so it's really easy to catch all those edges and stuff like that for the Sylvaneth. Yeah. Yeah, happy little trees. I'm gonna make a bunch of little happy little trees, that's for sure. For sure. And it's like, and I like 40K. Like I like the lore wise the 40K. Like the stories are better in 40K than I find in, you know, Age of Sigmar. But the models themselves, And like actually the gameplay of Age of Sigmar, I do like the gameplay on Age of Sigmar. They're like, oh, it's simple, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with a simple game. I do enjoy them. Oh, guys, I don't know if I can carry on anymore. I'm like gassing out so hard. Well, it was just like the things that got me the most with like the aesthetics of the models, like the Stormcast Eternals had like those big old flying dudes with these like awesome, beautiful looking wings, and they're honestly like the Stormcast Eternals are just fantasy space bros, but they literally had like these guys and they had like these big, beautiful freaking wings on them and stuff, and it was like just before they released the Sanguinary Guard for 40k. So you have these big, they look just like Sanguinary Guard in Age of Sigmar. I'm like, you literally could probably just use those dudes. And then they're like, oh, here's the Sanguinary Guard for 40k, and it's like, now you lost the wings, now they're just a jetpack. You have like these little embroideries of wings on the new dudes. And I was like, you literally just like debunked them even more, you know. You like knocked them down a few more pegs. and you made these beautiful freaking Age of Sigmar like Stormcast Eternal dudes with these like awesome beautiful wings coming off, and I'm like, dude, why couldn't you just do that to the Sanguinary Guard? Have been so awesome. Well, 40k is getting overboard. Not even like small details. They give you BS details. They're just like, here's like a bunch of leather pouches. It's ridiculous, but pouches have pouches have pouches. Yep, you're right there. But pouches have pouches. That's the only details they're giving you. This is a bunch of, not that, like, you know, Sanguinary Guard, you would think that they would have wings. Even in the lore, it showed them, talked about them having wings. You know, they had like these big old angelic wings that represent Sanguinius. You know, it's the same thing. You know, they have these big giant wings on them. I don't know if they actually work or not, but they have these big wings. And then literally give me Sanguinary Guard now, and they have 0 wings. They have these little sprockets that come off of there, like little, I don't know, little panel looking things, and then they have wings on those. I'm like, oh my goodness. Your Death Guard postules have postules. That Death Guard are extremely detailed. They're probably the best looking out of the 40k miniatures. Are the Death Guard. The Death Guard do look the best. And you got to say, they're an older miniature. Like, you know, this came out in 8th edition. Like, and they're still aesthetically looking sharper than any of the 40k stuff they've ever done. There's not very many 40k stuff that's like, wow, these look like phenomenal. Like, that, the demon engines, I like the demon engines, but a lot of the demon engines are relatively old too. But like, I think like Lord Discordant looks great. Like when they updated the new Obliterators, I thought they looked good. Like the Chaos stuff looked like they came out with some pretty good stuff. Orcs teeth, half teeth. Yeah. The orcs are extremely detailed. They got too much. Well, it's like they got too much scraps. Oh, they got so many scraps. But I was just kind of thinking like the aesthetics of them more than like. Nah, it doesn't necessarily have to be like details. It just needs to be like how the overall look of them look, you know. Pouches, we don't need no stinking pouches. Yep. I don't like how they changed lore because Horus had twin lightning talons. Then they changed it to 1 talon. And the power maul. Yeah, like twin. Yeah, because he had duels. And yeah, they did change the lore for him to have that. And I think they did that so it shows that Abaddon has that talon. But then also, I don't know if that got changed because I think now I can't remember. I'll have to like re-listen to all the heresy again. Because I think when he's like Lunar Wolves, he had the twin. When he was Lunar Wolves, he had the twin lightning claws. The big old talons. But for some reason, I feel like he lost one, didn't he not? Or one got broken or damaged, and that's why he has the lightning claw on the power maul? Did a diorama with him having twin talons? I'm trying to think what the heck happened to his other talon. Because he did have twin talons. But then, I don't know, maybe one got broke? I'm trying to think now. I can't think at all. True in his designs. Shush, my preciouses. The little grot. The little grot being little Mr. Precious here. We still need to do more, but I think I'm gassed. What time is it? I think I might just call it in just a few minutes. I don't think I can handle much more. Was on site most of the day, yeah. Understandable. I don't know. It's just a gassed out Tuesday. It's a gassed out Tuesday. Time. See you next time. Absolutely. Silvers, you have a good one. If my request for Christmas Eve goes through, if so, I'll be off that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Christmas. Oh, that's going to be nice. 3-day Christmas break. I'm going to be off for like forever. Starting next Tuesday, I have my surgery. And then we'll see how I feel by Friday. I'll probably miss Friday. We'll see about that Sunday. You work Christmas Eve, but then off until January 5th. The 5th. You're off the 5th. That's not a bad gig. I go in surgery on next Tuesday, and then I'm off until like mid-January. We better get stuff to you out soon. Not a big rush because I got surgery on next Tuesday for the belly button. I'm thinking about 3 or 4 day like true like recovery, about 3-4 days, and then I should be able to like move it around okay, just not lifting anything like super heavy, no stupid lifts or anything of that sorts. But then yeah, it's like 6 weeks. I have like 6 weeks off. Yeah, December 9th surgery, early morning, and then I probably won't be streaming. Well, of course, I'm not streaming Tuesday, and then probably won't be streaming that Friday, and then I'll see how I feel by Sunday. If I'm relatively good, then maybe I'll be able to sit here for a little bit. I wouldn't think I'd do a full 5 hours, 5-hour stretch. Probably something like this, probably even shorter. Just because I need to make sure I can just rest it so I don't freaking destroy my belly button again. And then afterwards, it's just pretty much just making sure that it mends with the mesh or whatever in my belly. And make sure that it stays good. It may. So yeah, like I won't know until it's done. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And then I'll have my bed right over here. It'll be over on this side. So I have to cram the bed in here. I would figure that's I figure there's gonna be some BS. I have a feeling there's gonna be some crazy BS. Yeah, I will. And then you guys can send those models anytime that you want. You know, because the only thing I could probably do is sit in bed and build stuff. So I might just work on building your guys' things, getting them prepped and ready for paint jobs. But yeah, other than that, we'll get there when we get there. And that's enough, guys. I think I'm going to stop here. I don't got much more in me. I'm so tired. I walked so many freaking miles today. I'm just over it. 7 acres is a lot. Like 7 acres. Normally I don't do that much. And then my family members are trying to kill me, so before the surgery, trying to get as many jobs they can get done because I'm going to be off for so long. Yeah, it was a lot. That was a lot of walking. Get some rest, absolutely. Alrighty, guys. We did pretty good. It was not that bad. Got quite a bit done on them. We'll get even more on Friday. And then maybe... Nah, I'm gonna have to do recordings. I got the MHCP stuff. Emperor's Hobby freaking printed out my stuff. So I got the big statue. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. So I gotta do openings and recordings and all that good stuff and get those things posted. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Sorry, I'm gonna cut this thing short. Cutting this bad boy short. I'm gassed. I'm just gonna be making more mistakes than actually doing anything productive. We got pretty good production what we were doing right there, but I'm gassed now. Shout out sponsors, you guys know. Shout out on the Discord. You can follow me over there. I have all my affiliate sponsors over there. I got the eBay store over there, exclamation mark eBay. Pretty much everything that I paint, I throw it over on my eBay store. Thank you guys. I do appreciate you coming and hanging out with me here on Twitch. Also over there on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for that. Make sure that you give me a like over there and subscribe over to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get to that side quest of 500. Main quest is 1,000. Once I can get about 500, I can actually do a little bit more with YouTube. But right now, I'm just kind of at the mercy of them until we can kind of build up a little bit more of a drive. I like to get some more support on that end as well because I want to start making some better stuff. So pretty much everything that I sell on the eBay store is going to be funneling back into like YouTube and getting equipment and everything like that from my eBay store. Also over here on Twitch with you guys subbing and gift subs and all that stuff, I really do appreciate all that support. And plus the follows too, it always makes it important there as well. So thank you guys, I do appreciate all that. And then let's see here, where was I? Discord, eBay, YouTube, Twitch, socials, exclamation mark socials. You can follow me over on Instagram and stuff like that because that matters. That matters. I haven't spent a lot of time on there. And then also I gotta send a message. You know what the messed up thing? I sent the packages out for the end of the month giveaways. So I sent the vampire thing over to Space Nifty and the assassin over to Dragoon. I didn't take a single picture of either one of those. I have 0 pictures of them. I don't know what, I'm just not thinking. I did it again. I sent miniatures without taking any pictures of them again. So I sent those 2 out with no pictures. So I might have to get pictures and have them send me pictures of them. Because I don't have any. Well, other than that, guys, thank you. I do appreciate it. Let's go over to my Twitch and see who's there. If you're over on YouTube, it will just end. And over on Twitch, I can go and raid somebody. So that'll be kind of fun too. So let's go to... Let's go to what, Lecter's Kitchen. All right, let's go and get a raid going there and go raid over to Lecter's Kitchen, see what she's up to. Other than that, guys, have a good one. Have a good rest of your week. I will catch you guys on Friday and hopefully be at better spirits on Friday. And I will see you then. Till then, you take care, and I'll see you later.
A bunch of shoes. Like, I don't tend to buy cheap shoes because I prefer things that are gonna last, you know. Make sure you're getting proper leather instead of